welcome to Lauren Reed Color and to our weekly Saturday Snippets Color and Chat. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our page in Luna by Maria Trolle. Let me just show you the page and what we've done so far. So right now we are working on the background and it is with Prismacolor pencils. Now I just want to show you again that we are trying to replicate the background that I did in Fragile World for the European hamster page. Okay, so it's this background that we're trying to replicate. Now, let me just show you again that it might not look like much right now. In fact, it's looking a little bit sad and dull and muted, but that is fine because that is actually the look that we're going for. Once the muted background is in and we start to put in the brighter colors for the foreground, the muted background will make it all pop. So let me show you what I mean in a different book. So in Enchanted Forest by Johanna Basford, I did this page, also with a very dull muted background, but then all of the brighter colors really pop forward because of the muted background. So this is what it will hopefully look like in the end. I'm not making any promises, but I think we are making progress. Now there are a couple of things that I want to do to the page before we continue with the background. So last week, as I said, I started doing the background, and off camera I finished with the marine green color that we were working with. One second. Yeah, it was this one. So I put it down onto all of the areas where it needed to go. And then I wanted to see what it would look like blended. So I also took my May green in my aquarelle pencil and I blended it on top of the marine green. And it does look a little bit less muted, a little bit, not that much, but a bit. And now what I've also decided to do is I want to get some highlights back, okay? So what we are going to do today is we are going to blend out all of that marine green, and once that's done, I'm going to take an electric razor and I am going to put in some of these circles that we have at the top. I'm going to put them on the bottom, okay, by erasing the pencil with the electric razor. So yeah, that's some of my plan for today, and we'll see how far we get. We might even start coloring some flowers if we finish the background today. Okay, but before we do any of that, let me show you what I've been doing this week. First is a page that I completed in Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder. If you're new to the channel, then you may not know, but in July I had a personal challenge of color for 31 minutes over 31 days in 31 pages, and they are all from this book. And I'm slowly but surely going to be completing all of the pages. So I finished one. I'm really proud of it. And it is this page. So this is the Keys to Wonder page. For the challenge, I just completed this key, and the palette that I used for this page is this one from Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cubes. So then I took the blue and I did the other key and the grayish silver and did the rose. And then I was considering what to do with the background, and I saw that Karen from My Colorful Country Life, she did a distress ink background. She framed off the page and then she put the distress ink in the middle. I do not have distress inks. For some reason, they don't like me very much. They tend to dry really quickly. It's probably because I live in a really hot climate, and so they dry out very rapidly. And so I was on the internet and I on YouTube, and I discovered a channel explaining how to do distress ink using watercolor and glycerin. So on the channel there is a video on how to do that, and that's what I did in the background. So it is Chinese watercolors mixed with glycerin and then put onto the page with an applicator. And then I took some Coliro gold paint, really wet in a sort of puddle, and with a brush I flicked the flicks onto the page, and then with Languile gel pen put in some larger circles. So yeah, I really like it, and it's mimicking the background that we have on Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cube. So yeah, that is the page that I finished in Rooms of Wonder, and I will continue working on Rooms of Wonder in the coming week as well. Another page I completed is in Color Me Capybaras by Ella Yarzabek, and the page that I did was this Beach Day page. I have joined a group on Instagram where we color one page per month. There are quite a few pages that were colored before I joined the group, so I've got some catching up to do, but I'm really happy to be in that group because it's going to give me incentive to color more in this adorable book. I love these capybaras, they are so cute. Anyway, I colored this first with a base of alcohol markers, and then it is Castle Arts pencils on top, and I really enjoyed it. It was quick and fun, and I'm eager to color more in this book. So that is my capybara in Color Me Capybaras. I also have a couple of whips on the go, and the first one is in Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. I'm in another group on Instagram where we are coloring this book together, and August is a catch-up month, so everybody asked for a bit of a break, and I decided to take advantage of it and color pages that had been chosen before that I hadn't gotten to. So I decided to color this merman page, and it has been colored in the blink of an eye. It was really, really quick. So I've colored this using Prismacolors, and I really love the way his skin has come out. It's really nice and bright and green. All I've got left really is the background, and I'm thinking of coloring over all of this coral at the bottom because I don't think that it really adds anything to the page. I have a couple of options. I can use Neocolor 2s or granulating watercolor. If I use the granulating watercolor, which I tested out at the back of the book, you get these nice different, granulations of different colors. The thing is, if I use the granulating watercolor and go on top with pencil, I'm going to lose all of that nice granulation. So I still might do the Neocolor 2s, we'll see. And yeah, this paper is amazing. Nothing bleeds through, absolutely nothing. So I have those two options to consider for the background. It will probably be done either later on today or tomorrow, and since it's gone by so quickly, I might even do the mermaid as well. We will see. Yeah, so that is my page in Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosannes. And my final whip is in my coloring planner. I color a little page every month at the beginning, sort of as a warm-up exercise. And the page that I'm doing is this one, which I'm calling Summer Houses. And I chose another palette from Sarah Renee Clark's Color Cubes at random. And so I'm applying it to this page. These little vignettes are by Agotapop. I purchased them on Etsy, printed them out, stuck them in the planner, and I color one per month. So it doesn't look like it, but these are all the colors that are on the palette. So this orange is this yellow and this pinky purple color, old mauve, together. So that is how I got that orange. It just goes to show you can create new colors with the colors that are on the palette. So I'm going for like whitish, grayish, pinkish pansies. I'm not sure they're going to come out. We will see. Yeah, but I'm not sure if those are bluebells or foxgloves. I think I might do them as foxgloves so they can be a purpley color and I can maintain my palette, because if I color them as bluebells, I would have to add a color that's not on the palette, and I'm not so sure I want to do that. So yeah, we will see. Yeah, but I'm enjoying doing that, and that is my page in my planner. Okay, so now that I've shown you all of that, let's move on to continuing our Cat in Columbines page. As I said earlier, I finished going over all of the grays with the marine green. I did that off camera, and for this little section, I took my May Green watercolor pencil and blended it out dry. I'm not going to be activating these watercolor pencils. They are perfect for getting a more soft, creamy look if you don't activate them. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue going over all of the bottom area with this color. Okay, so let me just get a protective page for my hand, and we're going to start. Now, don't worry if it doesn't look exactly the same depth of color on either side. We don't want it to be too uniform, okay? So I'm just going over with this color. All right, so after all of that chattiness in the beginning, welcome everybody. I hope that you are enjoying your weekend. I had a bit of a nerve-wracking week because I had some medical tests to do. I went to an endocrinologist and he gave me all sorts of tests to rule out some pretty nasty things, and so far everything's okay, but I'm still waiting for some results, and it's not that pleasant. So anyway, but crossing fingers that everything's going to be fine. So that was most of my week. I must say that coloring was really a lifesaver. It kept my mind occupied with other things besides worrying. I'm a terrible worrier. I take after my mother. I worry about everything. Anyway, so that was that. I also got some reading done, so I'm still listening to my audiobook, The Spider by Jennifer Estep. I love that series. I'm glad to be getting back into it. And in order to remember, it's been a long time since I read the last book. So I'd read the first 8 books, and then I took, it's definitely a few years break. I got sidetracked by other books, other series, and so I hadn't read a book, and I couldn't really remember. I mean, I sort of remembered, but I didn't remember everything. So what I did was I went back and I, read little bits, and I read reviews, and some people are really nice and give little recaps. So I read some reviews recapping characters, recapping plot lines, and I remember, because I listen to them on audiobook because I have a first-person pet peeve. I think I might have mentioned it before. I find it really difficult to read books written in the first person. And so I listen to them on audiobooks, which is much easier for me. And so that's what I did. And now I remember, and so it's fine. I can. And also this book that I'm reading is a prequel. It's not really a prequel. It's more like a flashback book. And so it's also sort of helping me remember who everyone is and all that. So that is what I have been doing with my audiobook. And I'm almost halfway through the book. I should probably finish next week. I listen to it when I'm doing a puzzle and when I'm coloring, after I finish watching as many YouTube videos as I can. I've been trying to, catch up on watching YouTube videos. I'm hopefully getting to everybody's completed pages. I love seeing everyone's work. It's not only a delight seeing how well everyone's coloring turns out. It's also inspiring. People have such gorgeous pages. So I'm enjoying doing that. Anyway, I also have a paper. It was not a paperback. It's an EPUB from the library. So it is Forever and a Day. That's what it's called. So I have a okay, so let me talk about the book first, and then I'll explain about my library. So the book is, I think it's book number, I want to say 7 in the Lucky Harbor series by Jill Shalvis. It's such a cute series. It's about this little small town with all these quirky people in it. And of course there are contemporary romances. So there's always a couple and their story. Okay, so here at the top, I'm not going to be too heavy-handed. Here I've been using heavy pressure to blend. Okay, but here at the top, I'm going to loosen my pressure because we're going to put lighter colors here as well. We might even erase a bit and make it lighter. Not in these areas, because these areas are shadow areas. So in these areas, I'm still going to be heavy-handed. But I'm thinking as we come to the top, lightening up my pressure, and I might even erase a bit. We will see. Okay. Stop when you get to where you haven't put any of the marine green. Okay, let me just turn the page a bit. Okay, so this way I don't get anything on my hands. Prismacolors are very creamy, very soft. There's quite a bit of pencil dust. The thing about using the watercolor pencil to blend is that it dampens the pencil dust. So that's very good. But I still, it's very important to protect your hand so that you don't get any transfer from the page onto your hand and into other areas of the page. Anyway, so yeah, Forever and a Day. So it's a really sweet story, and the thing is, I mean, I like the romance. They're a sweet couple, very engaging. So far, there have not been any silly misunderstandings, which I'm very grateful for. I do not like silly misunderstandings. They annoy me. Okay, I've already done that bit. But the book has a dog in it, a pug puppy named Tank. And he's stealing the book. He is just so cute, and his shenanigans are adorable. And I have no idea, but from the way that Jill Shelvis has written this dog, only someone who has a dog could, write a dog like this. I wonder if she has a pug, because the things that this dog does are just so cute. So cute. And he's stealing the book. He's adorable. So I'm enjoying that. I'm almost done. I think I have 50 pages left, and that'll be it. And I'll move on to something else. Maybe a mystery. So that's what I've been reading. Oh, so I was talking about my library. So my local library doesn't have much to offer. And so I looked into getting an overseas subscription to a library in the United States. They have that option. You can, if you pay, you can get a library card from some libraries in different places that offer cards to external patrons. So yeah, I have a library card from the Orange County Public Library. Okay, so here we're going into the highlight area, so I'm lightening my pressure a bit. We don't want it to be too dark. Okay, so yeah, I've been doing that for quite a few years, and it's fabulous. And I must say, my local library is also improving. They also have Libby, and so they're also improving and getting more books. So that's nice. But I got a message this week from the Orange County Library that they are stopping this program of external patrons, which is kind of sad, because I mostly have it for audiobooks, because my local library has most of the books that I want to read in EPUB. It has. It's the audiobook selection that is kind of limited. And they don't have Hoopla, my local library. And the Orange County Library does have Hoopla, where I got a lot of my audiobooks from. And so they're discontinuing this program, and I'm going to... it will last until my card expires, and my card expires next February. So until then, it's fine. And I think what I'm going to do is I had a subscription to Scribd, which is now called Everand, but I canceled it because most of the books on Everand were also on Hoopla, I would say 95%. And I didn't need to be paying for the subscription to Everand because I was getting my books through the library. But now that the library is discontinuing this program, I will renew. Yes, that's definitely. Oh, this is a little bit of shadow area. I will renew my subscription to Everand so I can get my audiobooks. But it's unfortunate. It's kind of sad that I won't have my library card from there anymore. But there are alternatives. I might even renew my subscription to Audible. The thing is, Audible is so expensive. They do have if you get the big subscription, I think it's like $15 a month. It also includes like a library of audiobooks that are included in the subscription, and you also get 1 credit for an audiobook. So, yeah, I might renew that subscription to Audible as well. I canceled it when I got my overseas library card. There are other libraries that allow patrons from out of state and out of the country, but many of them are, you have to come to the library to do it, and I'm not able to do that. So, anyway, there are workarounds. So that happened this week. That was a kind of a sad email to get. Okay, I'm just lightening up my pressure again. Oh, it is starting to look nice. Again, keep in mind, it will be very muted. It will go through its ugly duckling phase. But once the other colors are in, it will pop. Right here, lighten up pressure. Okay, our lighter colors are gonna go there. Okay. All right, I think I got everything. Yes. Okay. So now what I want to do is, as I said, I want to put in a little bit more highlights on the bottom here. And I'm going to do that with a circular stencil and an electric eraser. So let me get that and I will be right back. Right, I have this stencil and I have my eraser. This is a very cool stencil. It's sort of got a sticky back to it. So you just peel it off and you put it wherever you want, and it sort of sticks to the page. So let's put, I want the little circles, not the big circles. But I also don't want them to be, let's put these two over there. Okay, so I'm just gonna do those two. All right, and then you just erase, and then let me just get a brush. Yes, just brush away the erasings. Okay, let's lift that up. Oh yes, that's great. Let's put a couple, hold on, let's put one there. Right. This is a good way to do a bouquet background. Very easy. Let's do another one. Oops, someone's trying to start their car. I don't know if you can hear it. There we go. Ooh, that's nice. And let's put, I don't want them to be too uniform, so let's put one over there as well. Okay, and maybe a couple over there. Okay, anywhere else? Oh, let's do, yes, that's a perfect one. Let's do, maybe just center it a bit more. Let's do that one as well. Oop, careful. Oop, yeah. Ooh, no, that made a mess. Okay, so that's easy. That's an easy fix. Just a second. You just put your marine green back. Just a second, and your May green, and then we'll try that again. We will try that again. Let's see, might even give it a nice glow. Yeah, okay, make sure that the stencil is down. Okay, hold on. There we go, that's better. Okay, yes, very nice. And anywhere else? I think that's it for now. We might do more of that when the rest of it is in as well. So let me just put the backing on the stencil so that it still stays sticky. Oops. All right. Okay, perfect. Now, let me just brush all of my erasings away. Oh, I think that looks nice. We will put other colors in there a little later on. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take our lightest color, which is this creamy yellow. If you don't have a watercolor pencil in cream, this is the Faber-Castell Art Grip Aquarelle cream. You can also use Albrecht Dürer cream or any watercolor pencil in a creamy color, or you can use Prismacolor cream as well. That would also work. I just find that this is a lighter color than Prismacolor green, and it will give a very nice effect. So what we're going to do is we're going to start actually from the top, okay? So I'm actually going to turn this around and we're going to start from the top. Hold on one second. Right, we are turned around. Now I just want to explain what I'm doing. When I have a page where I'm going to have two very different colors merging together with each other, I like to do the two colors from opposing directions. So we've started with the greens, and the lighter colors are going to be on the top. So now I'm going to do the lighter colors, and then in the middle they're sort of going to meet. But once you get to that point where they're going to meet, you can very easily navigate the gradient rather than just trying to do the gradient from the bottom all the way up. I hope that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start putting in the really light colors. They are going to be mixed a little bit later with the lighter green colors, okay? But let's start first with the lighter yellows. All right, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just putting in this creamy color. Yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh, yes, books. Yeah, so that's the book and the library. I'm also continuing my rewatch of Bones. Sorry about that. I just had to get up to close the window because the neighborhood is starting to wake up and they get noisy. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear things, but there are, people wandering around and talking. So, yeah, anyway, so I'm continuing my rewatch of Bones. Okay, I'm putting this yellow everywhere, okay? Just a very light layer, and it will get mixed with greens. But for now, just a light. We won't be activating it. It is a watercolor pencil, but we won't be activating it. And I think in these areas where the pencils are going to meet, I'm going to erase a little bit so that it's lighter. I think this is a bit too dark. Okay. If you do things with a very light hand and you layer, then erasing is much easier. So we're just going to erase these sections a little bit so that I get a smoother blend. Okay. So, yeah, you can go into the gray a bit. Now, if you want there to be a little bit of a glow around the butterfly, then lighten up your pressure. We also want a glow around these little circles. Yes, let's erase there a bit more. Yeah, my rewatch of Bones is going well. I'm on season 6 right now, and I just watched the episode where it's sort of the backdoor pilot for a TV show called The Finder, which didn't end up being very good. I didn't enjoy it. I watched a couple of episodes and decided it wasn't for me, and I don't think I was the only one. They were I don't think it did as well as Bones did. My roommate, Karen, she told me there's also a crossover episode between Bones and Sleepy Hollow. I never watched Sleepy Hollow. Maybe I should add that to my list. She likes it. There are quite a few TV shows that I never watched. I never watched Sleepy Hollow. I never watched Once Upon a Time. I'm going to say something now that is probably going to be very, very shocking. Please don't come for me. But I never watched the TV show Supernatural. I know that people rave about it. The Winchester brothers, I know what they're called. one is Dean. I can't remember the name of the other brother. But I never watched it, so yes. Please, no lynching. I don't know. I love fairy tale things, but for some reason I didn't like the TV shows associated with them. I tend to like crime shows more, and so I watched other things. I watched, as I think I mentioned it last week, The X-Files, and I watched a TV show called Fringe, which was amazing, and more paranormal than fairy tale sort of things. So I watched that, and oh, this is gonna look nice. I'm starting to see it coming together. Okay, let me just make sure I don't have anything on my pencil, and we're going to now move across and continue more at the top. So as you can see, it's going to start to merge, and where you see the gray, we're going to put green on top, so it will be a nice gradient. Okay, a little bit more erasing here. Yeah, so I watched those kinds of shows, and I loved them. And I saw there was a post on Threads this week that on, I think they said the 14th of August, they are releasing the restored original version of the X-Files I Want to Believe movie. So it turns out that Chris Carter, the producer of the X-Files, he filmed a different version of that movie, a little bit darker than the original. I mean, the original was pretty dark, but this one's even darker. I'm not sure where they are streaming it. I'm not even sure if it might be in the cinema. I'll have a look. So I really want to see that. I don't remember where they said they're, maybe Hulu? I don't know. I will look it up and see where it is, and I will find it. I subscribe to a few streaming services. I don't have cable, and I don't have a satellite because I don't really watch that much television. I color and I read, so I don't have that, and I have subscriptions, and sometimes I get a subscription just to watch one thing, and then I cancel it because once, like for example, when was it? Not this year. This year, for example, I got a subscription to HBO so that I could watch the Olympics, and I like their programming, so I've kept it. But if you know it stops being good, I will cancel and get something else. But I also have a subscription to Netflix, and so yeah, but I'm quite willing to cancel and come back if something else comes back that I like. Hold on, I'm just erasing some of this gray. So that our cream will blend in better with it. Yeah, so I saw that. I'm excited for that. What else did I see that has to do with TV? Oh yes, I saw they are casting. They're going to be making a new Hercule Poirot series. It is with. Let me just erase here as well. It's with. Oh, I think his name is Edward Blummel. He played Marcus in A Discovery of Witches. I love that show. Very good. Highly recommended. If you haven't seen A Discovery of Witches, highly recommended. It is one of the few shows that stuck to the book like glue. I was very impressed. Because I liked the books. Books were good. And they really stuck to the book. Why mess with perfection? So anyway, he plays Marcus in A Discovery of Witches. And I think he's going to be the new Poirot. And they've started casting for the supporting characters as well. So I saw that and I'm eager to see it. What else did I see that they're going to be doing? Oh yes, I also saw, this is a little bit of a controversy in the book community. Okay, so there is a book. It's actually a series. It's called Children of Blood and Bone. Okay, it's not a new book. It came out a few years ago. At the time that it came out, the author, whose name is Tony Ademayo, I think. I hope I'm not mispronouncing it. At the time that that book came out, she went on social media and she accused Nora Roberts of plagiarizing her title. Because at the same time, Nora had a book, I'm just making sure I don't have any, had a book called Of Blood and Bone that was coming out as well. Now, Nora's book was the second in her Chronicles of the One series. The first book in that series is out of this world fantastic. It's called Year One. Absolutely amazing book. Highly recommended. Anyway, so the second book in her series was called Of Blood and Bone. And the way that it works in publishing, especially if you're going to be writing a trilogy, is that you give the titles to the books years in advance, years before they're written, years before they're published, the titles are given. I mean, sometimes they change them, but on the whole. Anyway, so Tony Ademayo accused Nora Roberts of plagiarizing her title. Now, first of all, book titles are not copyrighted because there are so many books that have the same title. There is no ways you can copyright a book title. That's number one. Number two, why on earth would Nora Roberts, who is one of the most successful and prolific authors in the world, why would she plagiarize somebody's book title? She wouldn't. Nora Roberts writes something like 6 books a year. She has published over 500 books. I'm just going to sharpen this pencil. I have to find the sharpener. Hold on. So, yeah, Nora Roberts has no need to plagiarize anybody's books. She has no reason to plagiarize anybody's titles. Complete and utter hogwash and nonsense. And Nora very rarely comments on anything. Like, she's smart. She stays off social media. She does have an assistant who sometimes, comments on things, but, very positive, very, very lovely. And yeah, but this time she actually wrote a blog post. She has a blog, amazing blog, saying that, this is not possible and whatnot. Tony Ademayo, her fans were going rabid and attacking Nora Roberts, and Nora Roberts' followers were, not having that. And it turned out into a huge controversy. And eventually Nora met with her and they sorted it out, but Tony never apologized. Okay? Anyway, it blew over. But I must say, it did put a damper on many people's willingness to read Of Blood and Bone, Tony's book, including me. I didn't read it because I was a bit miffed. Okay. Anyway, as you can tell, I am a huge Nora Roberts fan. Okay. Anyway, why am I talking about this? Because I saw that they are making Children of Blood and Bone by Tony Ademayo into a movie. All right, so let's have a look what we've got. Oh, that is going to look nice. Now we want to get our gradient. Okay, let me just brush all of that away. Oh, I think that is going to look good. Now we want to get our gradient. So we want to take the May green and we're going to start merging the green on the bottom with the yellow on the top, okay? But you don't want it to be in straight lines, okay? You want it to be, not uniform, haphazard, random. So keep that in mind, okay? If you have uniform lines, it's going to look bad. Or not bad, but not good. Okay, anyway, I digress. So let's get back to what I'm doing. Oh, let me just sharpen this pencil. 1 second. I always pause to sharpen because not everybody likes the sound of pencil sharpenings. Okay. So anyway, I saw they're making her book into a movie. Do I want to erase some of this to make it lighter? No, you know what? I'm not going. Yes, I am. Okay, 1 second. Let's just erase just a little bit so that we get a nice gradient. Yes, that was a good idea. Okay, so yeah, they're making it into Children of Blood and Bone. They're making it into a movie, and I only know this because on Threads there were some posts about Tony Ademayo behaving badly. So there's a thing, authors behaving badly. Usually it's over a review, but this time I understand that Tony got very upset on the set of the film, and she posted that she's so upset that she's not going to be promoting the movie. She doesn't like what they've done. She doesn't like the casting. And I understood that she agreed to the casting before, but now she's not happy with it. I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. But the thing is, she's also not saying what the problem is. She's not giving any details. And so people want to know, like, what exactly is the problem? But I don't know, she doesn't want to say. I mean, there are rumors about her not liking a certain actress, but really? That's why you're going to get upset and storm off a set? And yeah, so I saw that. But what I did do because of this is I went to watch the trailer for the film. It's got the most amazing cast. It's got Regina King and Viola Davis and Idris Elba and oh wow, and what's the name of the actress? She was in The Hunger Games. She played Rue. I can't remember what her name is. I'll look it up and put it on the screen. Oh, I loved that. That was great. She was fabulous in The Hunger Games. So I saw the trailer and it looks really good. I don't think that there's anything very original about this story. It's a typical chosen one, like Harry Potter. Chosen one coming to save the day, rescue people. A lot of common tropes, which is fine. I like common tropes; they're entertaining. But I don't think it's all that original. But the movie does look amazing. Lots of great special effects. As I said, an amazing cast. Very much looking forward to that. And I will definitely watch the movie. I'm not going to read the book, but I will watch the movie when it comes out. Okay. I'm just, putting in this color. We're going to blend it out with the cream. Okay, now let's do this side a little bit. Okay. It's going to look like the cat has he's in tall grass. That is the look we're going for. If you remember the Fragile World page, I'll put it up on screen. Then it looks like he's in tall grass. So that's sort of the look we're going for. Yeah, so I saw that. What else did I see? Let's talk about animal threads. Updates on some... there aren't any updates on any other... I did hear that Jackie, the bald eagle, had a bit of a setback. She's got anemia. They posted that they're still treating her, but she had a bit of a setback. I hope she's going to be okay. It's very sad. So, yeah, I saw that. But there's no updates on the giraffe, the baby giraffe. I'm assuming that she's okay. But I did see the polar bear. If anyone is on Threads, or not even, it might even be on the regular news. There is a polar bear in a zoo in Japan who has taken a shine to traffic cones. And he keeps putting the traffic cones on his head, and mommy polar bear is not impressed. She keeps taking it off, and he keeps putting it on and poking her with it, and she's kind of, annoyed with him. Just goes to show babies are the same no matter the species. We will probably erase around some of these circles to get them to glow. But for now, we're just putting our green in. Oh, I'm starting to really like that. Okay. Let's put this green here. We will come back and darken up behind the cat because on the top of to make it, him pop forward because he's casting a shadow. So we will do that with a darker green, probably Prussian green or maybe kelp green. We'll see. So as you can see, the colors are emerging and the gray undertone is giving us shadows, which is great. Right. Yeah, so I saw that. So adorable. What else did I see? There was a whole series of posts about the names for baby animals, the weird names. They're the common names, puppy, kitten, but there are some animals whose babies have the cutest names. So, for example, a baby puffin is called a puffling. And I'm going to leave that. As I said, I don't want it to be too uniform. A baby puffin is called a puffling. A baby pika, there's a creature called a pika. It's a mammal. It's very cute. It sort of looks like a chinchilla. All right, now here at the top, we're going to get a glow. Okay, I'm just moving my page a bit. A baby pika is called a piglet with a K. A baby mouse is called a pinky. A baby hedgehog is called a hoglet. Okay, I need to look at that page from Fragile World and see what we do at the top. 1 second. Okay, here's our page from Fragile World, and I see that at the edges here, we used the green merged in with the cream, and then we left the middle empty and put in bouquet effects. So that's what we're going to do. Let's just put this pencil up here at the top. I'm using the flat end of the pencil and just, it's going to be blended out with the cream anyway, and we'll put other greens in as well. But if you use the flat end, then you get lighter pressure, which is what we're going for. And we don't want it to be too uniform. And on this side as well. So what was I saying? Baby animal names. And a baby hedgehog is a hoglet. A baby platypus is called a puggle. It's so cute. So cute. I also saw I think it's Scotland, they have something called a Guga hunt, where they hunt baby gannets, which is a kind of bird. But this year, they're not allowing it. And last year, they didn't allow it either. I don't think they're going to be allowing it anymore. So, which is very good. Very good. So I saw that. What else did I see? Trying to think. Anything else cool? Oh, I did see astronomy threads. So astronomy threads is talking about all of the different astronomical events that are going to happen in August. There are going to be quite a few. So one of them I already knew. So my college sent an email round saying that they were going to have an event for people to come and watch the Perseid meteor shower. So I'm gonna go to that. That's on Monday, Sunday or Monday, can't remember. Okay, just trying to see, I just took another peek at the original picture. We're going to put this color up here at the top. And we're going to bring it down a little bit. Very, very lightly. You can put it here as well. I think after this, we'll stop and we will do the blending next week. Let's see. I think that's enough. I want to blend more. Obviously, it's going to take a lot more blending and layering, but I think for now, it's enough. Okay, so we're going to stop here, and then next week we will finish the background and we will start on the flowers, okay? And they're going to be shades of purple. We're going to have purple Columbines. Stargazer lilies are yellow and pink. We might make them peach. We will see. Okay. But yeah, I think it's coming along nicely. I think we are getting that effect from the Fragile World page. So I like it. Okay. So thank you everybody for joining me and for listening along as I rambled about different things. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you will join me again next week, and I hope to see you all soon. Bye for now.